What's going on, guys? This is Alec here and welcome back to episode number 2 of my Swansea City career mode. In the last episode we just finished off the pre-season friendlies. We've got our first league game up against Sheffield United in this episode, and then after that we're playing Preston North End at home. As you can see popping up on the screen here, we've made an agreement with Man City for Alexander Zinchenko's 1-year loan deal. Like I said in the last episode, I think he'd be good just to get in as a cover for right back and in midfield because he can play both positions. You might notice that the length of this video is fairly long. I'm just trying something out this episode with the editing for the gameplay. Like where you saw in the pre-season friendlies, I literally just showed the goals. This is going to be the opposite. I'm going to show like a lot of the cinematics and a lot of the like highlights that maybe wouldn't usually make the cut. So it's made for a longer video for just the two games. And then episode number 3, I'm going to make it so that the games are going to be a lot shorter because we've got a cup game, so I'm not going to show sort of everything that goes on within the game. But I just want to know your opinions on what you'd rather see, because if I did it shorter, then I could get maybe up to 3 games an episode, but you wouldn't really get the full picture of the game. You just see like the key highlights. But if there's something you want, then please do let me know and I can get that sorted. So first off, we did our training with our 5 players here. I think apart from, I think later on we're going to take out Asoro and put Connor Roberts in because Connor Roberts is going to be our right back going on through the season. So we want to train him up a lot more. So, on to the game. Sheffield United away. I'm not sure. I think Bramall Lane, is that their stadium? I'm not sure. I wouldn't like to guess. Yeah, we've got a big game coming up. I think we won this one 3-1 in real life. And by think, I mean, yeah, we won this one 3-1 in real life. Or was it 2-1? No. Or was it? No, I think it was 2-1. I can't remember. Anyway, Montero basically came on and had a really, really good game. So, this is their starting lineup. 5 at the back. Norwood and Fleck are 2 good holding midfielders as well, so I'd imagine they drop in. And this is going to be quite a hard game to break them down offensively, I think. But we've got the quality on the pitch. As you can see, our team lining up there. Van der Horn, captain for the season. We've started Joe Rodon in this game. As you can see, this is our team. And this is probably going to be somewhat near to the base team that I'm going to play throughout the season. This is my desired starting lineup. I think Fair and Carroll are 2 really good holding midfielders there. The 2 centre halves in Joe Rodon and Van der Horn. Carter Vickers is a very good centre half, but he's on loan, and I don't really want to be playing someone who's not going to be with us next season. I'd rather use him as a sort of rotation, where, you know, we got midweek games and stuff, but he will have his fair share of appearances. But we start things off going down the right wing here with Connor Roberts, just getting a feel for the new FIFA 19 game, first league game of the season. And Connor Roberts into McBurney into Tom Carroll, nice bit of dribbling, he'll pass it into McBurney, who goes for a very early shot, but that's never really testing the keeper. So, we're going down this right hand wing again. I think that's Joe Rodon that headers that there into Tom Carroll, but he gets tackled eventually. So we'll have a throw in out on his right hand side, which Luciano Narsing will take. I think Narsing's important for our season as well because he's got so much pace. He'll do very well against championship defenders, but the ball gets whipped into the back post, and Jefferson Montero, of all people, gets a header and makes it 1-0 just under 10 minutes. When I crossed that ball in, it was really aimed for McBurney, and when it went back to the back post to Montero, I thought he'd had no chance of getting that. But as you can see, the ball comes into Tom Carroll. It is a great ball into the box. Montero somehow manages to beat his defender. The keeper gets a hand to it, but wasn't enough to keep it out, as you can see here. The defender almost kind of jumps too early. Montero just stands his ground. It's not a very good header, as my phone goes off there. It's not a very good header, but it's enough to get past the keeper. As you can see, he scores our first goal of the season, assisted by Tom Carroll. And yeah, very happy with that start. Sheffield United on the attack here. McGoldrick into Billy Sharp. Billy Sharp plays that one down the line to McGoldrick, who'll do a nice little chop there. Good defending as it comes out to Jefferson Montero here. He'll pass it to Jonathan de Guzman. Montero's carried his run down the line. Still Jefferson Montero. Martin Olsen is overlapping down this left-hand side, which is what I want him to do this season. A lot of overlaps into McBurney. McBurney to de Guzman. Still de Guzman. Leroy Fair's on the overlap. Leroy Fair gets it. Ball into the box. And that's really good defending by the Sheffield United defender. I didn't manage to see what number that was. McBurney surely would have had an open goal there and scored it. had the defender not got in the way. But like I said, good defending and good attacking move from us as well. McBurney wins that header and a good save by the keeper. Sheffield United managed to get it away up to this striker, but we've still got it. Tom Carroll into McBurney. McBurney's taken down. And the ref's given it a great turn by Ollie McBurney there. Manages to just take it and turn at the same time. And the defender's been too... O'Connell there has been too aggressive. As you can see, I think it probably was a pen. Yeah, definitely. Takes him down inside the box. Really good turn by McBurney there just to win the penalty. And as you can see, he's going to be the one stepping up for us to take it. He goes low to the left and the keeper doesn't go anywhere. And we put ourselves 2-0 up. Great start to the championship season, and Ollie McBurney getting off the mark. It's going to be a tough season this year, but picking between him and Wilfred Boney because they're both good strikers. Obviously, McBurney's got age on his side, but Wilfred Boney's got a lot of strength. He's got a lot of quality. His finishing is really, really good this year as well. As you saw him score a couple of goals in pre-season. My team is basically going to be picked around, like, if I bring players on off the bench and they perform better than the players that start, they'll get that start next week. And even in, cup games, it's important that players prove their worth in them cup games, because they could start in the next league game then if they have a good game. Also, because in the championship you've got a lot of games midweek, or as Jonathan de Guzman gets put past you, he's 1-on-1 with the keeper, and that's not very handsome at all. He pulls that one wide. I tried to do the new low driven finish there, the L1R1 and shoot, but yeah, it just didn't go according to plan, and that's not a very good shot at all. But good promising moves from us again. I think we can take credit from that. As the ball gets put into the box, headed out as far as Jefferson Montero, he'll keep it in play. Luciano Narsing gets the ball. He'll play it to Tom Carroll. Tom Carroll will play it back to Narsing. He'll take a shot from outside the box. And Luciano Narsing makes it 3-0 in the first half with a great finish. It's not something I thought he had in his locker, his shots from outside the box, but it was a great bit of play. He just held on to the ball, waited for Tom Carroll to give him an option. He plays it into him there, takes the first touch, and then that's a great finesse shot. There's no chance the keeper saving that. And a great goal from our number 11. As you can see from that angle there's just no chance for the keeper. But back on to what I was saying as well with the championship games. They come thick and fast in midweek and on the weekend. So there's chance for rotation. There's chance for players to come in and prove their worth, like I said. So that's what I'll be basing stuff on. A lot of the cup competitions, when we'll have easier opposition from the lower leagues, that's a chance for youngsters to come through as well. And show that they can have a spot in the starting team. But that's it for the first half. 3-0. We managed to take all 3 points. We managed to score 3 goals against Sheffield United, and that puts us in good stead for the second half. And as you can see, it's 60th minute. Nothing really happened before then, but you can see Jonathan de Guzman here. He'll hold on to the ball. Luciano Narsing on the overlap, and that's just a simple goal. It's poor defending by Sheffield, who did start attacking. Like I said, 60th minute. Nothing really happened for the first 20 minutes of the second half. We just managed to keep the ball, not really rush anything. And as you can see, the ball comes into Jonathan de Guzman. Narsing's on the overlap, all free, and he just slots that one into the bottom corner. That was a low-driven finish as well. That one went a bit better than the last one, and the keeper doesn't manage to get near it. That low down. 74th minute now, we get Luciano Narsing on the ball down this right-hand side even. Leroy Fair gets the ball into Mpadu, who came on later on into the second half. Wilfred Boney just holding it up, doing what he does best. He's still managing to keep a hold of this ball outside the edge of the box. He's being closed down. Wilfred Boney goes for the shot, and it's a good save by the keeper. It probably could have slipped in. Leroy Fair there, as you can see, he made the run beyond him, but a decent effort nonetheless by Wilfred Boney, and it's a good save by the keeper just to palm it out for a corner. So, late on into this game, at the 77th minute, I have just noticed something as well. Leroy Fair goes for a header there. I think it goes out for another corner, that one, but nothing coming of it. I have just noticed as well, my audio isn't recording within the game, so I'll try and get that sorted for the next game, because I imagine it's not the nicest thing just hearing my voice behind this gameplay, so I'll try and get some audio in as well. That was probably Sheffield's best chance of the game besides the one earlier. But as you can see, it's getting late on into the game now. Sheffield United managed to pass it out wide here to Craney into Basham. bash it back to Craney. It's a good bit of movement here from Sheffield United. As you can see, still managing to keep a hold of it. It gets in, and it's a really tame effort there for Nordveld to deal with even. And there was something else I wanted to say as well. Sheffield United, late attack here, and it just gets cleared off the line. I completely forgot about that happening in the game. I remember what it was. As you can see, that is the end of the game. We managed to take all 3 points. A massive 4-0 victory away at Sheffield, especially with them going 5 at the back. I think that's an impressive result and something that we can be happy with as a team. But as these cinematics and stuff are going on, like I said, please leave your feedback regarding this in the comments below. You know, all the cinematics and stuff. I don't know whether you want to see them or not, because obviously I usually skip them in real life, so maybe that's what you guys want to see. But I thought, you know, kind of make a story of the game rather than just show the highlights and then, you know, the result at the end. Yeah, let me know whatever you think. Also, kind of linking in with that as well, all these episodes are sort of post commentary, so, you know, I'm putting the commentary on after the game. I kind of know what's happened. Do you guys want me to do a live commentary with the game? Because I'd be more than happy to do that. As you can see here as well, I need to stop saying as you can see, but here we're going through the objectives of the season. I didn't go through these at the start of the season. I just got so excited when the season started up. I just wanted to get right into the games, right into the transfers. But I probably should have done a bit of an overview of the career mode. But if you, like, not many people are that interested in them anyway. But if you are, you know, you could go back and pause them at any moment. Also showing you the transfer budget as well. After the signings we made of Jonathan de Guzman, Ethan Pardew and Alexander Zinchenko. Also the goalkeeper as well, Schofield. This is our transfer budget. We've got 10 million, 31,000 in wages. We can obviously alter that either way. And as you can see here, speaking of Schofield, we accept him and sign him for 87,000, which isn't bad at all. He's going to be a third choice keeper behind Erwin Mulder and Christopher Nordveld, of course. And I think we get a transfer offer for Connor Roberts here, something we're completely not interested in. We'll definitely not be selling him to any teams throughout the course of this career mode, unless he forces a move away. But back to my point, please, let me know if you want to just see live commentary where I'm just recording the game as I'm playing it, so I don't really know what's happening either way. But on to our first home game of the season, up against Preston North End. As you can see, it's a pretty miserable day. Here's the starting lineup. I think it's unchanged, if I'm right, from the last game. Yeah, it would be unchanged. I think the bench has stayed the same as well. So we've got a strong team, and I'm more than happy to switch around. I think we've got decent squad depth, you know, with a couple of signings that we've made already. Here's Preston North End's team. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure whether you could hear that in the background there. They've got a couple of good players. Sean Maguire, I believe it is, up front, and Josh Harrop just sitting in behind him at number 10. Two very dangerous players. Ben Pearson is a very, very good centre defensive midfield. So this is definitely not going to be an easy game. And I'm expecting a lot tougher test than we did against Sheffield United away. But we're just starting the game early on here as we did against Sheffield. Just keeping the ball, passing it along the back four, waiting for the option to arrive. Here's Leroy Fair on the ball. Tom Carroll. Leroy Fair surprisingly didn't do too much against Sheffield United. I thought he'd really boss the midfield in these games, but we didn't really need him too much. As you can see, Wilfred Bonney, Ollie McBurney gets the ball here. But Preston North End have got a chance to counter-attack as they get it through here. I need to put the player names above the player heads as well. I think that'll make for better commentary. I'll be able to shout their names out as and when it comes. But Jonathan de Guzman gets the ball here. He cuts inside. McBurney onto Tom Carroll. Tom Carroll 1-on-1. And he puts that one wide. It's not a very good effort from Tom Carroll. He did kind of take it on his wrong foot. I think a right footer would have suited that better. But as you can see, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name there. Barkhausen on the left hand side for Preston. Good save from Christopher Nordveld as he rolls it into Leroy Fair. Gets the ball to Connor Roberts down this right hand side. And de Guzman's released Narsing down this right hand side. As I said in the last game, he's got pace to burn. Narsing, McBurney, 1-on-1, surely. And he takes it on the left foot, and that's another poor effort, 1-on-1 with the keeper again for us. As you can see here, you can see what he just tried doing, putting it into that sort of the direction that the keeper came from. The keeper had no chance, but we just need to get them ones on target, and we'll be fine. But here's Earl down the left-hand side. He does a nice cut back and plays it into Harrop. Harrop to Barkhausen down this left-hand side. He manages to get inside Connor Roberts, and it's a good defensive header from Martin Olsson there. and de Guzman heads it down this right-hand side for Luciano Narsing. Here's McBurney on the ball now. He manages to hold it up well for de Guzman, who plays it into Jefferson Montero. And there'll no one catch Jefferson Montero. He's one-on-one with the keeper. And it's another chance missed for us. 0-0 remains 25th minute. I'm not sure how. That's another poor effort. Montero's not really known for his finishing, and it was close, but I think from that angle we definitely need to be doing better. Good closing down there from Ollie McBurney. He gets the ball to Tom Carroll, who just swings it out to Martin Olsson down this left-hand side. Olsson plays it into Montero. Montero back to Olsson. Ollie McBurney. And what a save that is. I don't think we could blame anyone in that move. Again, 30th minute, we're still in nil. This is just a great save. It's a great ball in from Olsson, who plays it into McBurney. And with your striker there, you're just asking him to get it on target. The pace of the ball will help it pass the keeper, but it's a great save by the goalkeeper. From the resulting corner, Carroll whips it in, Ollie McBurney, and that's how to finish. That's a great header. No one saving that. I think even had there been a defender on the line, they would have struggled to deal with that, just because it was one of them looping headers. It just went over the keeper and into the far corner. A great ball in from Tom Carroll, and Ollie McBurney is our danger man there from that target. As you can see, he just makes that front post run. It just loops the keeper and goes into the back of the net. A great finish from Ollie McBurney. He gets his second of the season. As you can see, I don't really think the keeper could have done any better with that one. It was a great save, to push it out for a corner from Ollie McBurney's volley. Got my words out there. But couldn't do anything about the corner. And that's it for the first half. 1-0, take it into the break. I think we should be a couple more goals ahead. As you can see, McBurney's 5 attempts on target. But we're in the lead. We're 1-0. And like we went into the Sheffield game, I think we could sort of go into the half-time confident that we're the better team. Keep the ball in the second half. Wait for them to make mistakes. But as you can see here, Sean Maguire has the ball just after half-time. Gets the ball out wide into Ben Pearson. It's a great bit of football from Preston here. Barkhuizen into Maguire. Maguire has the ball back again. It's a great bit of football. It's a good. I was going to say effort and shot at the same time. Good effort, but just out for a goal kick. And as you can see here, 51st minute, Preston are really pressing us high up the pitch, which I found difficult to deal with. But McBurney plays a nice 1-2 there with Jonathan de Guzman. And de Guzman, great finish on his return to the Liberty Stadium, and he puts us 2-0 ahead. I'm not sure what the keeper was doing for that goal. He didn't really make an effort to deal with it. He did come out well, close the angles down, but you'll see from this replay, he just doesn't go for it. Great 1-2 there between de Guzman and McBurney. It's a decent finish into the corner, but nothing too special. I think the Preston fans will be disappointed the keeper hasn't done better there. As you see, he just stands up, watches it go into the back of the net. 60th minute now, Preston are coming at us. They're attacking us a lot more than they were in the first half. They're putting a lot of pressure on our defenders as well, which is where I like to keep the ball, and I'm struggling with it. Here's Barkhuizen on the ball down the left-hand side. It's into Borden. Was it Borden? I don't think it was Gordon. Borden, I think, is his name. Like I said, I need to put the player names above their heads. But here's Johnson. He plays the ball through Connor Roberts. As you can see, he gets the ball here. They're really pressing us hard and heavy. Look at the numbers they're committing forward. But we managed to get it out to Olsson, who's in some space here. He plays it into Asoro, who's come on off the bench. Excuse me. De Guzman releases Asoro down this left-hand side. He squares up the defender, does a little bit of a step over, plays it back into McBurney here. McBurney tries to get it to de Guzman, does so, but the effort is poor, and de Guzman won't be able to get his second goal there. Olsson has the ball on this left-hand side now, and as I said, look how hard they're pressing, look how high they're pressing. We get the ball into Van der Horn here. No real options, and he gives the ball away. Johnson manages to recover, gets it back to Johnson. It's a good save from Nordveld, and it goes out for a corner. I think had it not been so close to the keeper there, they might have had a good chance of scoring. But Johnson, his effort was saved well by Nordveld. Van der Horn heads out the following corner, and they get another one here, which Robinson's going to put into the box. It's a decent ball in. It gets headed back out to Robertson. He get another chance to put it in. He does so, and there's a player unmarked in the box, and it's 2-1. All of a sudden, Preston are right back in this game. It's a decent header by the Barkhuizen. I'm so gutted that he's had the ball so much that I've had to pronounce his name so much. But Barkhuizen, if anyone can correct me in the comments below about that name, do let me know. But that puts them right back into the game. We've been hanging on for the last 10 minutes, really. Preston have been pressing us and pressing us and pressing us in defence, and I've just not been able to deal with it. I think had McBoney been up the top of the field, maybe we would have been able to have an outlet up there to punt it up, which is maybe something I should note for the next game. But we were really struggling with a high press early on. 80th minute now, we managed to get this ball out to Joel Osoro, but it's well defended by Fisher. But he makes a really bad error, gets the ball out to Nathan Dyer, and Nathan Dyer, on his second appearance off the bench this season, he scuffs that effort wide and is not very handsome at all. It was a hard angle to score from, but you would expect him to at least hit the target from there. Good play from De Guzman just to roll it into his path. As you can see here, Ethan Ampadu comes on off the bench instead of Tom Carroll, just to sort of shore up the defence. He's more defensive minded than Tom Carroll. Ball out here, won by Nathan Dyer. That'll get into Ethan Ampadu, who plays it into Ollie McBurney. McBurney has a good ball down to Nathan Dyer. And Dyer plays it into De Guzman. And how about that for a finish? Kills the game off 3-1, 83rd minute. Surely that's all 3 points in the bag. And De Guzman gets a brace on his return to the Liberty. It's a good bit of hold-up play from McBurney, who plays it out to Dyer. Dyer into De Guzman. And how about that for a finish? That's even better than I remembered seeing it the first time. He just gets so much power on the ball. The keeper doesn't really have a chance at all. Takes it on his left foot, which I didn't expect him to do. But the gaffer's celebrating there. We're celebrating. And as you can see, 93rd minute. That's how the game is going to end. 3-1 against Preston North End at home. That was a good game. That was a much more competitive game than the Sheffield game. And I think that means we're still top. That's something I need to do at the end of each episode, I think, as well as put the league table in. But please answer all the questions I've asked in this episode. Sorry for the length of the episode. Thanks to all that have stuck around until now. Swansea City 3, Preston North End 1. Thank you all for watching. Peace.